I'm Deacon Michael de Girolamo, and I work here 2 days a week at the Social Action Office with Brian McDonough, Anne Bourdeau, and 7 social action coordinators for the French sector. I'm especially privileged, though, to be working with 25 social action ministry reps from the English parishes. And our goal, if I can put it as easily as possible, is to try to help parishioners to explore and live the social dimension of our faith. Micah 6:8 says, "What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly with your God?" And so it's important for us as Catholics to appreciate that our actions are really motivated and come out of our Judeo-Christian faith. We live the mandate that our Archbishop gives us in pastoral care, and our ministry is founded on the social teaching of the Church and the implications of the good news that it gives us. And if I can give you maybe examples from our parishes, the most fundamental of those is the respect of the dignity of every human person. Every person, because we are all created in the image of God. So defending the dignity of every human person means that our social action reps and parishes can really live out our calling in a vast variety of ways, from the womb to the tomb, locally to globally. So while some of the social action reps are involved in defending the rights of the unborn, others are lobbying our ministers to stand up against euthanasia and assisted suicide. Some are extremely involved in defending the rights of people overseas, while others are very involved in fighting poverty in our own city by running food pantries, for example. The second implication of living out the good news is to be involved in issues of justice, reconciliation, and peace. So, for example, here, some of our reps last year were very involved with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Others are involved in prison ministry, and we have others very involved in promoting peace in the Middle East. A third implication of living out the good news is the promotion of solidarity with a preferential option for the poor. So here again, we have people working with the homeless, with the disabled, the sick here in Montreal. Other parishes here are involved in parishes overseas being twinned together, building ties of solidarity and prayer. Another example is the work done with helping refugees and migrants, either directly or by being involved with the World Day of Migrants and Refugees. A fourth and still emerging example in our church is the whole theme of the integrity of creation. And so this is to help people understand about our compulsive consumption, pollution, climate change. The fifth, and I think critical implication of living concretely the good news of Jesus is the promotion of social development, which involves the integral liberation of people and the changing of the social structures which reduce people's dignity. Development and Peace, I think, is the best example of a Catholic organization which not only helps societies in the South directly through providing aid and emergency assistance, but which also questions what are the fundamental structures in society which keep people poor and lead to injustice. And so they analyze those causes and they educate and sensitize people here about what we can do to address those causes and to make changes structurally. An example of this last year is the campaign with our Canadian government to put in place an ombudsman to investigate claims made against Canadian companies overseas which are causing pollution, environmental degradation in ways that they would never do here in North America. And we had very moving testimonies from bishops from the South who told us about communities where children's blood levels were 10 times the norms. Now, when we stand up for these people and we help them, we can hear Jesus say to us, I was sick and intoxicated, I was imprisoned in unjust socioeconomic structures, and you took care of me. Several parishes and representatives have all kinds of other creative things going on, like fair trade sales, just films that they screen as ways of both educating and supporting communities overseas and here. Last year, we also had the opportunity to include social justice themes in the Lenten retreat, in encounters with catechists, parents, as well as youth groups. In his book, The Joy of the Gospel, Pope Francis invites us not to be scared, to go forth and to get involved. Accompanying our brothers and sisters will perhaps lead us to acquire the smell of sheep. But it's not enough to smell like the sheep. We have to bear fruit filled with joy. Filled with the joy of Jesus, may we learn to rejoice at every step, however small it might be, along the way. I saw this not too long ago when I happened to go to a Montreal shelter with one of our parish reps, and she was giving dignity back to these people because she was not only giving them food or shelter. These men who on the streets of Montreal, these beggars who we pass by and totally ignore them as if they didn't exist, here were being given their dignity back because she spoke to each one of them with a smile, and she addressed them by their name. By name, I have called you. You are precious in my eyes, and I love you. Even if these men had never read or heard that verse from Isaiah before, here, through this volunteer, they had the chance to experience it.